The Assembly of Ayodhya, Bharat's Pilgrimage to Rama. Chapter 81. The Assembly of Vasisht, Bharat is invited to lead. As dawn broke, the palace of Ayodhya stirred with the sounds of bards and panegyrists, their voices rising in auspicious eulogy for Bharat. The drums of the night watch were beaten with golden sticks, conches were blown, and trumpets filled the air with their shrill notes, causing distress to the already grief-stricken Bharat. Awakening, Bharat exclaimed, "I am not the king," and ordered the pipers to stop. He turned to Satrughna, lamenting the harm caused by Kaki and the absence of King Dashratha, who had left him to suffer. The kingdom, once rooted in righteousness, now whirled like a boat in a whirlpool without a helmsman. Even Rama, the great protector, had been banished to the forest by his mother's actions. As Bharat fainted from sorrow, the women of the inner apartment cried aloud. Vasisht, the illustrious family priest, entered the assembly hall, which gleamed with gold and precious stones, resembling the celestial Sudharma. Vasisht sat on a golden seat and ordered messengers to summon Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaisyas, ministers, army commanders, Satrughna, Bharat, Yudhajit, Sumantra, and all well-wishers. As the invitees arrived on chariots, horses, and elephants, a great tumult arose. Ministers and subjects greeted Bharat as they once greeted Dashratha, just as gods greet Indra, the performer of 100 yagyas. The assembly hall sparkled like a tranquil lake filled with gems and teeming with whales and serpents as Bharat entered, appearing as though Dashratha himself was present. Chapter 82. Bharat addresses the assembly. The refusal of the throne. Sagacious Bharat beheld the assembly, filled with honorable members, like the full moon beholds the night stretching forth with stars. The seats were occupied according to rank, and the assembly shone with the brilliance of their garments and the fragrance of unguents. Vasisht, knower of righteousness, addressed Bharat in a gentle voice, reminding him that King Dashratha had conferred the kingdom upon him before attaining heaven. He urged Bharat to accept the throne and enjoy it with his ministers, as kings from all directions would offer gifts. Overwhelmed with distress, Bharat, his voice choked with tears, lamented in the assembly. He reproached Vasisht, asking how anyone could seize the kingdom that rightfully belonged to Rama, who practiced brahmacharya and protected righteousness. Bharat declared that he and the kingdom both belonged to Rama, and only Rama deserved to rule. Hearing Bharat's words, filled with righteousness, the men in the assembly shed tears of joy, thinking of Rama. Bharat vowed that if he could not bring back Rama, he would dwell in the forest like Lakshman. He instructed Sumantra to order the expedition and marshal the army, eager to bring back Rama for the welfare of the world. The subjects and army chiefs were delighted, and the wives of soldiers hastened their husbands to prepare for the journey. Chariots, camels, oxen, and horses were harnessed, and the army was readied. Bharat, firm in truth, instructed Sumantra to prepare his chariot, and Sumantra, delighted, set out with excellent horses. Bharat, speaking judiciously, declared his intent to propitiate Rama and bring him back for the welfare of the world. The royal mandate was communicated, and men from every household harnessed their chariots to camels, asses, elephants, and horses. Chapter 83. Bharat's journey. The procession to Sringi Berpura. At dawn, Bharat boarded his excellent chariot and set forth swiftly, longing to see Rama. Ministers and priests went ahead, their chariots resembling the chariot of the sun god. 9,000 elephants followed, 60,000 chariots, and many archers holding weapons of every kind joined the procession, and 100,000 horses, each mounted by a rider, followed Bharat. Kaki, Sumitra, and Kausalya travelled by a resplendent chariot, delighted at the thought of bringing Rama back. Groups of venerable people, eager to see Rama and Lakshman, proceeded in a joyful mood, narrating Rama's accomplishments. The inhabitants of the town embraced one another, their sorrows dispelled by the hope of seeing Rama. The army, overwhelmed with joy, followed Bharat, who was devoted to his brother. After traveling a long distance, they reached the river Ganga near Sringiberpura, ruled by Rama's friend, the valiant Guha. The army encamped by the river, grazed by Chakravakas, and Bharat instructed his ministers to halt the army and rest for the night before crossing the river. Bharat offered libations with water to the departed king for his life in the other world, and the ministers made arrangements for the troops to rest. The army encamped by the river looked splendid with royal insignia, and Bharat pondered over the means of bringing back Rama. Chapter 84 Guha's Hospitality, the Meeting at the Ganga. Guha, king of the Nishadas, observed the vast army encamped along the river bank and hurried to his kinsmen, expressing concern about Bharat's intentions. He wondered if Bharat had come to bind or slay them, or to seize the kingdom by harming Rama. Guha instructed the fishermen to protect the river and keep 500 boats ready. If Bharat was not ill disposed toward Rama, the army would safely cross the river. Guha approached Bharat with offerings of fish, meat, and wine. Sumantra, observing Guha's approach, informed Bharat of Guha's knowledge of the Dandaka forest and his friendship with Rama. Bharat welcomed Guha, who offered roots, fruits, and forest produce, inviting the army to spend the night and enjoy his hospitality before proceeding. Chapter 85 Bharat's Vow, the Desire to Bring Back Rama. Bharat, grateful for Guha's hospitality, explained his desire to bring back Rama and asked the way to Bharadwaja's hermitage. Guha, reverentially, offered to guide Bharat and his army, but expressed doubts about Bharat's intentions. Bharat, tranquil as the sky, assured Guha that he looked upon Rama as his father and had no intention of causing harm. Guha, delighted by Bharat's devotion, praised his desire to renounce the kingdom and bring back Rama, declaring that Bharat's fame would spread across the world. As night fell, Bharat encamped his army and retired to bed with Satrughna, but the thought of Rama caused him grief. Like a concealed forest fire scorching the dried woods, sorrow burned in Bharat's heart. Sweat poured from his body, and he was stricken by a mountain of grief. Guha consoled Bharat, assuring him of Rama's safety, and the night passed with Bharat longing for his brother.